Good morning. It's a leg day. The sun just made it over the mountain, so I'm actually pretty stoked. Got a little bit of warm up in, and then I was loading up the landmine, and I was just like, why am I starting with lunges? It's okay. Usually I'll do farmer's carries. I'll lift some heavy weight, get in the mindset, get ready, and then it's like, all right, let's go. I'm ready to do lunges. But I'm skipping my farmer's carry today because I've just accumulated a lot of miles running and my ankles are really feeling it. I also slept on my neck weird, so it's a little lit up, like just my trap. And I was trying to stretch it out, but I don't want to push it. So I'm gonna use a lot of wrist straps today. Just on my lunges, just on my RDLs. I am gonna play around with some hyper extensions. And then I think I'm gonna do some new exercises that I've never done before. Put those in on the end of my workout since I have some room, some time to play around. So yeah, time to do some lunges. Fuck. So I went to do lunges. I had some immediate pain, my outer knee, most likely my IT band. So I'm going to start with sissy squats and do lunges later. The 11th rep, I kind of cheated a little bit, so pushed myself a bit on the 12th, and I'm just gonna call it there. I was thinking during that set, I might just take a light day, focus on plyometrics, some recovery exercises. When I say recovery, I mean like mobility work and not pushing myself for strength standards, but just trying to warm up, get a good stretch, and loosen up a little bit. Put some oil on the Tin Man. Ah. 105 pound RDL. That was good. I really don't know what's going on with my legs right now. It's like my IT band. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because it starts kind of here and shoots up. And I know my hips are pretty tight. Oh my God. Even though I'm not able to progress, this leg day isn't a wash just because I'm not able to progress in the exercises I normally do. I'm dealing with some pain right now, which is brand new. I have not felt pain in the lateral side of my knee before, and I know my hips are kind of tight. I have accumulated a lot of miles the past week running. It is cool to know that the amount of time and energy I've put into strengthening my ankles has worked. My ankles are no longer a limiting factor. I've kind of understand my baseline. I didn't mean to run so much the past week. It just kind of happened that way. It was spontaneous, wasn't part of my planning. I'm hoping to take a few days off, go for a long run, get back into it. But this new pain is kind of cool because it's giving me an opportunity to train something new, learn some new exercises. My plan today was to not take an easy day, but focus on certain exercises and then have some fun at the end of my day. And now I'm kind of just gonna have some fun instead. And that's okay. I'm still pushing myself. No matter what I do, I'm still getting better because I'm pushing myself and I'm doing the thing. If I were to take just a rest day, would I still progress? Probably, because I'm taking some rest. But I also wouldn't have known about this pain, so I wouldn't have known that I need to put in work in other places. You know, not just have my eggs all in one basket, which is the ankle basket, but also put my eggs put my eggs in around my knee. This leg day is not a wash. Even though I'm dealing with pain, new pain in the lateral side of my knee on both sides, I can still progress. I can still show up, play around with some new exercises, and figure out what exactly is going on and like what I'm feeling, try and figure out why I'm feeling it, and then how can I fix it. When I first started running, my ankles were always my limiting factor. And the past 6 months, I've really taken a calculated approach, trying to slowly increase miles, do some ankle exercises like to help strengthen the muscles around there and the joints. The past few days, I've accumulated a lot of stress from miles running. But it's cool that my ankles aren't the limiting factor. Like suddenly I'm feeling this new pain. So I know what I've done has worked and is working. I'm excited to take this opportunity to learn and grow more as a trainer and somebody that loves fitness. It certainly helps that my mindset is more of a, okay, this is a good opportunity to learn versus, oh, well, I guess I can't do that. You know, it's like, instead of just scrapping the workout, like the leg day, which I've definitely done in the past, I'm not saying I haven't. I'm saying this is my mindset that has changed to, okay, let's not just end the workout, go home. Let's figure out what the problem is, why it's happening, and how I can fix it, what I can and can't do, what exercises maybe make me feel the pain, and then exercises where I don't feel any pain. It'll help really diagnose the problem. It's pretty cool. It's like you got to just think of yourself as an experiment. At least that's how I do it. Everything I do, I try to track and experiment with what works. And it's nice to track everything because then I can look back and see what worked and didn't work. So if this problem like goes away and then it arises again, I can look back on what works for me instead of just all these different things that work for other people. Now, granted, listening to other people's experiences and asking questions is definitely beneficial, but also figuring out what works for your body, that's what I do. I try and figure out what works for me. So yeah. If you show up to the gym on your first couple exercises, you immediately feel pain. It's really easy to get in that mindset of, oh, I'll just go home and rest. Oh, I need to recover. Any ache, soreness, pain you might feel, you can still progress. You can still get some hard work in at the gym. Right now for me, my leg day, I showed up, I had run a lot the past week, accumulated a lot of stress, mostly around my ankles. And I kind of slept funny. My neck was hurting. So I was like, okay, I won't do farmer's carries because I don't want to exasperate the injury. Not injury, I previously injured my neck. And so I'm really careful with not re-injuring it. So when I do feel an ache or pain, I'm trying to be a little bit more careful. Now, if you show up to the gym and you immediately feel super sore, achy, or maybe some pain, the workout, if you show up to the gym and immediately feel some soreness, aches, or pain, you can still get a decent amount of work in. You don't just have to scrap the workout and go home. Having a mindset shift in figuring out what the problem is, why it's happening, and how to fix it will make you a better lifter or athlete, depending on what sport you're playing. The train is coming, so I might just pause this and come back later. So I was feeling some pain when I was doing RDLs even, which I was surprised with. Easy fix. I'll just do an extra set of hyperextensions. I want to make a clarification. If you're feeling pain, I'm not saying to push through the pain. I felt pain, I stopped what I was doing, tried something else, didn't feel pain, continued to do that exercise instead. Felt pain in another exercise, stopped doing that exercise immediately, did another exercise, didn't feel any pain. If you're feeling pain during a certain movement, don't do that movement. Figure out what you can do around that to fix the problem. In the past, I would have been incredibly discouraged by any immediate pain, especially on the first working set that I'm doing. Now, I can look at it as progress. I've never felt this pain before. This is brand new to me. So I know that all the work I've put into strengthening my ankles and calculating my approach to my running miles, I've discovered a new weak link. And I can work on that. I can take this opportunity, this pain that I'm feeling, to understand my body and bring those muscles up. Don't get discouraged when you feel any pain. I've certainly done the same thing with the bench press, feeling pain in my shoulders. Okay, well, I'll just take a little bit of a break from bench press, do some other exercises, like focusing on chest flies. Sometimes I couldn't even do chest flies because of the pain, so I'd focus on dips. Dips were just fine. So I put all my energy into dips. And now I can bench just fine, and I'm progressing on bench. Sometimes taking a step back from doing certain exercises and focusing your energy somewhere else will bring you up on those. Your progression isn't stalled just because of some pain you might be feeling. To clarify, if you're feeling pain, when or when not to see a specialist or a doctor is a very important question. My pain level is a 3 out of 10 when I do those certain exercises. If I was feeling pain right now just standing here, that's a problem because it's affecting my daily activities. If I'm going for a walk and I'm feeling pain, understanding the difference between discomfort, pain, and accumulation of stress on the body is something I've gained with experience. Unfortunately, when I did first experience a lot of pain with running and saw a doctor, he wasn't much help. He kind of told me just to take a break from running, stop running on pavement, and I didn't really know where to go from there. So I followed his instructions. I took a break from running, hopped on a treadmill, but I would still have issues with it, and it was just this cycle over 4 years. And finally, I started researching a bit more on running, strengthening exercises, figuring out what was going on, why it was happening, and how to fix it. And I did. My ankles are no longer my weakest link. Post-workout, you know what time it is. Got my bowl of cereal, nice little shit of peanut butter on top, bananas, Reese's Puffs, some pumpkin flax seeds. I got this, finished off some chocolate, almond milk, threw in some actual milk in there, and then of course, cocoa powder and chocolate whey with some water. Have a good day.